The game Undertale has so many fantastic moments. It can be funny, it can be sad, it can be heartwarming. But there's one moment that reigns above the rest. The most important moment in Undertale. I'm not talking about the fight against Azrael Dreamer or even the fight against Sans. I'm not talking about the sequence at the end with the lore. I'm not even talking about your very first fight against Toriel. No, the most important moment is this one. Right here. At the very end of the neutral route, after you've fought against Flowey and saved the world, you're given one final choice. Fight or mercy. Kill or spare. This is everything. Flowey is the first character you encounter in the world of Undertale. After messing with the player, he makes his real intentions very clear. Acting all nice only to flip that around makes it worse. Any positive feelings we have towards him vanishes, except maybe some amusement, because friendliness pellets is honestly really funny. There's one thing Flowey says during this encounter that, I believe, is one of the most important lines of dialogue. In this world, it's kill or be killed. Let's pause for a second. Undertale is a pretty old game, and it's really, really popular. Basically, everyone already knows its gimmicks. That it remembers, that your actions have consequences, and that there are 3 different routes. There's the neutral route, and then there's the pacifist, where you spare everyone, and the genocide, where you kill everyone. But imagine a player who doesn't know anything about this game. Maybe the most they do know is the song Megalovania, because honestly, who hasn't heard that one? But anyway, imagine they don't know about the different routes. They don't know that killing a monster has dire consequences. They're just going to treat the game like a typical RPG. Gaining XP, leveling up, the works. That's where this game truly shines. The neutral route is how the game is meant to be played, at least at first. I'm not saying the pacifist and genocide routes aren't important, they definitely are. But the natural route encompasses what this game is all about. Choices and their consequences. Let's go back to the beginning of the game. After Flowey gets knocked aside by a magical attack, we're introduced to Toriel. She then guides us through the tutorial. After that, we have our first encounter, a simple frogget. Most players will kill. It's just a monster after all, it's not like it means anything. We get some experience, even level up, and we move on. Then comes the first big decision, the battle against Toriel. Most players will try to spare, only to be met with rejection. Not knowing how this game really works, most players will resort to fighting. And once Toriel dies, we run into Flowey again. He taunts us, then reiterates that phrase. It's kill or be killed. From there, the rest of the game opens up. Whatever we do from this point on, whether we spare Toriel or not, if we kill even a single monster, we're locked into the neutral route. But, before we get into that, if you're enjoying yourself, why not subscribe? And hey, in case you missed it, I've opened a Patreon, YouTube memberships, and a Discord. If you want to support me and my channel, you can throw some money at me. Or if you just want a place to hang out, join the Discord. You can always change your mind later. Now back to the fabulous world of Undertale. At some point in the game, eventually, a new player will realize how their killings affect the game. Whether that's by what Undyne says, or even by what Sans says during the dinner, or even by meeting some other character who knows or is related to a previous character you've already killed, like Snowdrake's father. Eventually, the player will learn the mechanics of sparing a monster. Every fight is like a puzzle or a mini-story. The player will quickly realize that there's so much more to Undertale besides fighting. You can have a whole concert life with Shiren. You can play with the greater dog. In that sense, sparing a monster becomes its own reward. You get gold, sure, but you also get these funny moments with these bizarre characters. More content becomes the reward for sparing. I mean, just look at how longer the pacifist route is compared to the neutral and genocide routes. There is so much more in this game when you spare everyone because, well, the characters are still around to lengthen the story. The idea of sparing becomes lodged in your mind, not just because of the additional content, but also because this game is really, really good at making you feel guilty. On my first playthrough, I ended up killing Undyne. I know, I'm a terrible person. Anyway, after I killed her, I honestly didn't feel that bad. She was trying to kill me, after all. It wasn't until I met Alphys that I started to regret my decision. It quickly becomes apparent that Alphys has a crush on Undyne. Or, in this case, had. And the entire time you're with Alphys, you're just waiting for her to realize that you killed the one she loved. There are plenty of other moments that just pack on that guilt. My favorite is the dinner with Sans. There, with this smooth, almost melancholy song, Sans tells us about meeting someone on the other side of a door. He tells us how they formed a friendship purely because they shared knock-knock jokes with each other. It's simple, funny, and wholesome, and it's obvious that person was Toriel. And by the end of it, she makes Sans promise something, to protect any human who walks out of the ruins. If you killed Toriel, then this entire conversation is basically one massive guilt trip, and oh boy does it hurt. Then we come to the castle. We're told the history of humans and monsters. We're told about Azrael and Asgore. We're trying to decide whether to spare him or not. If we spare, he takes our soul. If we kill, we'll get out of the underground, but we're dooming the rest of the monsters. And really, who can kill a father who's grieving his son? Well, whatever you're thinking, after the story of Undertale, we come to the last corridor, or as many people know it as, Final Judgment. This is where everything is revealed. Your XP? That stands for execution points. Your level? That actually stands for level of violence. Your capacity to hurt. Are you regretting all of your kills yet? And finally, here we are. We're facing off against Asgore Dreamer, the monster introduced to us by Toriel from the very beginning. It's a hard fight, especially since he removed your option to spare. At the end of it, you knock Asgore down and he gives up. You're finally given your choice. Most people will spare. I know I did, especially after everything I went through. Especially after hearing the truth about XP and levels and after seeing the consequences of my actions. But no matter what you choose, ultimately, it doesn't matter. Because good old Flowey comes swooping in and kills Asgore right in front of you. He pops up with that stupid smile. "You idiot," he says. He takes the 6 human souls and gives you that same reminder. In this world, it's kill or be killed. After that, we face a nightmare. A gross mass of vines and fleshy tubes. And this fight is brutal. It's long, it's overstimulating, and it's pretty difficult. You're a single kid facing off against what's basically a god. It feels hopeless. You can't even damage him. That is, until the souls start helping you. Slowly, one by one, we're fed little inklings of hope. Then, finally, Flowey's defense drops to 0. The music kicks in. This is it! You start the chipping game, slowly whittling down Flowey's health while he throws everything he can at you. You're barely hanging on to life thanks to the heals from the souls. All the while, you're watching the health bar slowly go down. And, with one last hit, Flowey is defeated. Well, not really, but then the souls take care of it, so really, that is the end of the fight. Now here we are, the most important moment in Undertale, our final choice. We can either kill or spare Flowey, the thing that's been against us from the very beginning, the trickster who killed Asgore, who tried to take over the world, who essentially tortured us during that last boss fight. And now the game is saying we can spare him. Seriously? Except, most players will actually spare, because that's what the game wants, right? We want to disprove what Flowey preaches. We want to prove that we're better than him, that this world is more than kill or be killed. But when we truly spare him, he just runs away. And that's it. No reward, no congratulations, no additional content. It's just the end of the game. You're only left with your choice. That's why I think this moment is the pinnacle of Undertale. With the rest of the fights, when you kill or spare, it impacts the game in some way. If you spare Papyrus, you get a whole dating simulator with him. If you kill Undyne, you're racked with guilt the entire time you're with Alphys. But with Flowey, there's nothing. If you kill him, he becomes just a regular flower. If you spare, he runs away and we never see him again. When I first played this game, I decided to spare Flowey, and after he ran away, I just sat there for a second. It wasn't like I wanted a big, "Congratulations, you're a good person," to pop up on my screen, but I was expecting something. Instead, I got an empty, silent room. And yet, I felt satisfied. I had done the right thing. And that's when it hit me. This is what Undertale is all about. It's not about fishing for more content. It's not about raising your level. It's about your choices and how you feel about them. It's about mercy in a world that wants to fight. And this moment with Flowey encompasses that perfectly. Thanks for watching. If you liked what I had to say, then why not subscribe? Or hey, you can check out some of my other videos. And if you want to join a little community, I've got my Discord in the description. Alright, that's enough out of me. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye!